Unit 15, Day 7, the polynomial review. Now, I'm just going to go ahead and throw it out there. A really helpful study tip for this is to not just watch this video and blindly copy what I'm doing. A good idea would be to watch me do one of the problems and then go ahead and try to do the next problem, because that next problem is probably very, very similar to the one that I just did. And then you can go on from there and see if your answer matches my answer. If it doesn't, then you need to go ahead and watch in depth how I do that problem. Okay? And then do the same thing for the next problem and see if your answer matches mine. Okay? So that's just a little helpful study tip before we get started here. Now, number 1, it's asking us to add or subtract and then write the answer in standard form. Don't forget, the standard form thing is whenever we put it in decreasing order for the exponents. The biggest exponent first, smallest at the end, or rather none at the end. Okay? Now, number 1, it says 3x to the 4th plus 5x to the 4th. Okay, that's going to be 8x to the 4th. And then we're going to do 5x squared. Okay, let's do that one in red. So 5x squared plus negative 10x squared. So that's going to be minus 5x squared. And then if you'll notice, there's nothing to combine this 11x with. So we're going to go plus 11x. And that is our answer there. Done. Very simple. Next problem. We've got 3x cubed minus negative 4x cubed. So that's going to be 7x cubed. And we've got 8x squared minus nothing, okay? There's nothing here to combine that with, so we just say plus 8x squared. Now we got 2x minus 7x, or 5x, my fault. 2x minus 5x. So that's going to be negative 3x. And then our last little piece here, we got 9. So we're going to go 9 minus negative 3. And then 9 minus negative 3 is actually going to be plus 12, and that problem is now finished. Next problem. 3x squared minus negative 4x squared. So that's going to be 7x squared. Alright, and then we got 5 minus 9. 5 minus 9 is negative 4. Alright, now we've got this part, but we've still got to do plus the x squared minus 3. We haven't touched this part yet. Okay, so what we do is we do 7x squared plus 7x, or x squared rather, and that's going to be 8x squared. And then we're going to do negative 4 plus negative 3, which is minus 7. And there we have it. That's the end of that problem. It's that simple. Okay? Alright, number 4. It says to find the perimeter, okay? This is one of those ones where I like to do the stacking. So I'm going to do 7x plus 6. Okay, I know that I have 7x plus 6 here. So I got 7x plus 6. And then I got 3x plus 6. And I have another 3x plus 6 right here. So 3x plus 6. Now, 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6 is 24. And then we got 7, 7, that's 14, plus 3 is 17, plus 3 is 20. So we got 20x. Our perimeter now is 20x plus 24. And that's our answer. And now it asks us, what is the perimeter if x equals 4? The perimeter if x equals 4 is going to be 20 times 4 plus 24, which yields 80 plus 24, which is 104, whenever we put in our calculator. Not too bad, right? Number 5. If we look at this, it's asking to find the missing side. Our missing side is this side right here. Now, what we need to do is we need to come up with a way to find that. The easiest way to do this is going to be to add these two and then subtract them from this, the 19p minus 16. So here's how we're going to do this. We're going to go 7p minus 9 plus 2p plus 5. And negative 9 plus 5 is going to be negative 4. 7 plus 2 is 9p. Now what we can do is take this and subtract it from that. And that's going to be 19p minus 16 minus 9p minus 4. Negative 16 minus negative 4 is going to be negative 12. 19 minus 9 is 10. So 10p minus 12. The missing side is 10p minus 12. And if we combine those other pieces, you will see that it has to be right. So 10p plus 17 or plus 7p is 17p, plus 2 is 19p. Negative 9 plus negative 12 is negative 21. Negative 21 plus 5 is negative 16. And therefore, this all works out very nicely. The next little piece here, it says to see what happens if we plug in a 3 for p. So we go 10 times 3 minus 12. And that's going to be 30 minus 12, and 30 minus 12 is 18. And there's our answer. And it's just that simple. Next part, it's asking us to multiply. These should go pretty quickly. Now, if we look at this first one, you'll notice that's a monomial times a binomial. All we have to do is just send this across to those two things. So, if we remember correctly, 8x times negative 5x is negative 40x squared. Don't forget, we're going to add the exponents there. So, one exponent, an exponent of 1 plus an exponent of 1 is an exponent of 2. And there we have it. So, we got 8 times 2 on the next little piece here. And that's going to be plus 16x. And there we have it. Now, number 7, we're going to send the 5m across to the 3m squared, to the 2m, and all the way over here to the 1. So 5 times 3 is going to be 15. We add the exponents, and that's going to be m to the third. And then 5m times 2m, that's going to be 5 times 2 is 10. M to the first times m to the first is m squared. And then 5m times 1 is just going to be 5m. And there we have it. That is the end of that problem. Now, number 8 is where things start getting interesting. Let's look at that. Alright, now you'll notice we have a binomial times a binomial. The best way to do this is going to be our box method. Okay, we got x. Let's go ahead and get everything lined up here. So we got x and plus 3, and we got 3x minus 7. Everything's all lined up. So 3x times x is 3x squared. And then we got 3x times 3, and that's 9x. Negative 7 times x is negative 7x. And Negative 7 times 3 is 21. Don't forget your negative. Okay? That's this right here. Super important. Never forget it if it's there. Now, we got 3x squared plus 2x. Let's do that in red. 2x minus 21. And there we have it. Now, the 2x came from me combining these two terms right here. And there we have it. Alright, now this is the second part of this. So, we're just continuing along with multiplying these things together. Now, number 9, I'm going to do this one via the quote-unquote FOIL method. We don't really like using the FOIL method. Those of us that actually understand the mathematical end of things, we don't like using the term FOIL. And the reason being is it will permit some mess ups down the road when we have multiple terms in a polynomial, and it can kind of mess things up. But we distribute. So here's how we do this. We do 3x times 5x. And that's going to be 15x squared, as we all know. And then we're going to do the outside terms. And that's going to be 3x times negative y. And that's going to be negative 3xy. And then we're going to do these two. And that's going to be plus 25xy. And then we have our last little set here. And that's going to be minus y, or 5y rather, squared. And then once we combine this set of terms right here in the middle, it'll kick out something nice and neat for us. We got 15x squared plus 22xy minus 5y squared. Problem answered and done. Now, if y'all remember correctly, number 10 is the one that I said it's a trap, okay? You have to watch out for this. Some of y'all are getting a little too confident and are just blazing through this and writing something silly like 9x squared plus 49. Don't do that. It is wrong, and I will count it as such. Okay? Any good math teacher will count it wrong. Okay? What you should do instead is 3x plus 7 times 3x plus 7, because as we all know, this little 2 right here means that we multiply it by itself. And whenever we do this, we'll get 9x squared plus 21x plus 21x plus 49. Okay? And here's all the arrows that we need, like that. And then whenever we condense that a little bit, what we wind up with is 9x squared plus 42x plus 49. And that problem is finished. Alright? Don't try to shortcut this one unless you genuinely know what you are doing. Alright? It'll make you fall on your face and it's going to be bad. Alright? Now, number 11. We got 9x times 9x, and that's 81x squared. 9x times 6 is going to be 54x, right? Minus 54x. And then we got plus 54x. And then on the tail end, we've got minus 36. Whenever we go to crunch this all together, we wind up with 81x squared, and then those cancel, and we got minus 36. And there's the end of the problem. That's it. Moving on, number 12. On this one, I'd like to go ahead and use my box method. So what I have for box method, I'm going to go ahead and do 2x minus 3. Set up my boxes. That's going to be x minus 6. Alright, now as we all know, 2x times x is 2x squared. 2 times negative 6 is negative 12x. Negative 3 times x is negative 3x. And negative 3 times negative 6 is going to give me 18. Now when I go to combine all these, it's going to be 2x squared minus 15x plus 18. And there we have it. Alright, now number 13. That one's kind of interesting. Alright, there's no actual need for the box method on this one. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take the 2, we're going to shoot it across the x and to the 6. And then we're going to take this 3 and shoot it across to the 2x and the plus 5. So what we wind up with is 2x plus 6 minus 6x, because we got that negative sign right there, don't forget about it. So we got negative 6x, and then negative 3 times 5 is going to be minus 15. Alright, now we can combine our terms here. 2x minus 6x is going to be negative 4x. And then we've got 6 minus 15, which is going to spit out negative 9. And there it is. Okay, number 14 is the exact same thing. If you'd like to pause and go ahead and try to do this on your own, you can. I'm going to keep on going now. 3x times 2x is going to be 6x squared. And then 3x times negative 5 is going to be negative 15x. And then we shoot this 4 across to both of those, and that's going to be plus 8x plus 20. And then, let's see, we don't have anything to combine the 6x squared with, so we go 6x squared. And then, let's see, we can go negative 15 plus 8. Negative 15 plus 8 would be, that's going to be 7x. And then the last little bit here is just plus 20. And there's our problem. There's our answer. And it's done. Alright. Alright, now the last little bit that we've studied in this unit was dividing polynomials. And this, whether some of y'all like to admit it or not, gave some people some trouble. Alright, now on this first one, what we need to do is, well, the way that I like to do it is break it apart into 3 individual problems. Alright, so we're going to do 21x cubed over 7x. Plus, or actually rather not plus, it's going to be minus 35x squared over 7x. Plus an x over 7x. Now, let's see. We've got 21x cubed over 7x. That's going to be 3x squared. And then 35 divided by 7 is 5. So minus 5. And then x squared divided by x is just x. And then we got x divided by x. Those kind of cancel. So we're going to go 1/7. There's the end of that problem. It's that simple. Alright? Now, number 16. Number 16 is one of those ones where we're supposed to be using that long division thing, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and run through one like that. So we're going to go x plus 7 into x squared plus 9x plus 14. Now I'm just going to take a wild guess and say that the answer is going to be x plus 2. I don't know. I just got a hunch. So how many times does x go into x squared? Well, x times x equals x squared. So we go ahead and we put an x there. So x times x is going to be x squared. 7 times x is 7x. And it goes right there. Now we're going to subtract these two rows from each other. That goes away. 9 minus 7 is 2x. And we drop down our 14. Okay, our plus 14. Now, let's see, we're going to do 7. We're going to try to do x into 2x. Last time I checked, x times 2 is going to be 2x. So we go plus 2. X times 2 is 2x. 7 times 2 is 14. Now we're going to subtract these two rows. 2x minus 2x is 0x. 14 minus 14 is 0. And as you can tell, there's a 0 remainder, and therefore that is our answer to that question. So x plus 2. All right? Pretty easy stuff, right? Now, number 17 is the exact same problem. All right? If you'd like to pause it, this would be a good time. Now, number 17. We've got m squared minus 6m plus 8 divided by m minus 2. So what we do is we do m minus 2 into m squared minus 6m plus 8. Now, let's see. We're going to go ahead and last I checked, m goes into m squared m times. So we go m like that. M times m is m squared. Negative 2 times m is negative 2m. So we subtract the two rows from each other. Those cancel. And negative 6 minus negative 2 is going to be negative 4m. We bring down the 8, the plus 8, and m goes into negative 4m, negative 4 times. So we go minus 4. M times negative 4 is negative 4m. Negative 2 times negative 4 is plus 8. Okay, we're going to go ahead and subtract these two rows from each other. And let's see. So negative 4 minus negative 4 is 0m. 8 minus 8 is 0. And as we can see, that cancels out. That's done. And there's our final answer. All right. Last two problems. Okay, two little word problems. First one says to find the area of a rectangle with the dimensions 3x plus 7 and x minus 9. It doesn't really matter which one you pick to be the length, which one you pick to be the width. Alright, all that we know is that area equals length times width. That means that we multiply the two dimensions of the rectangle together to give us the area. And all that we got to do is 3x plus 7 times x minus 9 to equal the area. And what we're going to, and I'm just going to use the box method because it helps keep everything nice, neat, and organized. And it goes something like that, and like that. So 3x times x is 3x squared. 3x times negative 9 is negative 27x. 7 times x is 7x. And we've got 7 times 9, which is going to be negative 63. Don't forget, you got that negative sign there. It's not just something aesthetic. We know that negative. Okay? So we got 3x squared minus 20, whoops, minus 20x minus 63. And there is the final answer to that problem. Now, number 19, we're going to find the area of a square with sides 5x plus 8. Now, if you remember, the area of a square is equivalent to s squared, which means that the area equals 5x plus 8 squared. Okay? Now, like I said, a lot of y'all are going to go in there and say 25x squared plus 64. That's the answer, Mr. Houston. And I'm going to be like, no, it's not. Wrong. And you're going to cry about it. And it's going to be too bad. Now, those of y'all that are still watching and doing the video like you're supposed to, you're going to know that you're supposed to go like this and have 5x plus 8 there and 5x and a plus 8 here. And what that's going to do for us is going to give us 25x squared plus 40x here plus 40x here plus 64 down here. And then if we go and we spell it out on the tail end here, we're going to have 25x squared plus 80x plus 64. And that is the end of the problem. Alright, and the end of your review notes. Alright, good luck on your test, y'all.